I saw him.
Hey everybody, welcome to the first ever Baking and Babbling video. This is a new series I want to introduce to my channel. I don't know, I recently just started watching some baking videos and I found it very calming and cathartic to just watch people put ingredients into a bowl and then mix them and bake them, and then it becomes a thing, and it's like pretty cool. So yeah, I like watching that content, so I thought may as well give it a shot. And I also just find baking very cathartic myself when I'm doing it, and I often find that I do it at a time when I'm going through like a really rough transitional phase, and it's just something that you can kind of turn your brain off, you know, put your headphones on, listen to music, and just focus on this very simple task. I also just wanted to kind of switch things up from what I've been doing on my channel lately, because I've been doing a lot of like longer videos with more like intentional messages behind them, I guess, and a lot of stuff about like my newly unemployed life. So I kind of just wanted to switch things up and try something a little bit more chill and laid back. And my intention for this series is literally just to babble about anything that I want to talk about at that time, hence the title, Babbling and Baking. So my hope, my intention with this series is that it can be something as cathartic for you as it is for me to just be doing the baking also. And I also think it will be cathartic for me as well to just be talking without like specific points I want to hit or anything. So yeah, anyways, this is not just a babbling video, this is also a baking video. So let's get into what I'm actually making today. So I found this recipe for these chocolate chip, gluten-free, vegan peanut butter cookies, and oh my goodness, they are amazing. This is a 1-bowl recipe, which is very nice, so you literally just have to throw all of the ingredients into this bowl and mix them all together. So yeah, at this point, I'm gonna stop talking about the recipe, I think, because the rest is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you can just watch me put the things in the bowl. I'm also going to link the recipe down below throughout all of these videos, of course, because it's probably better to follow the recipe from the professionals instead of me. I did have a few things that I thought would be nice to talk about throughout this video. First thing is, I just wanted to say a massive, massive thank you to all of the support on my last few videos. I recently, as I mentioned, started posting quite a bit of content about how I recently quit my job, quit my 9-to-5, and I've been just like walking dogs, doing Uber Eats, random little side hustles, trying to work on my art business, all of this stuff. I've been doing that to attempt to replace my income. So I've been making a lot of content about that, and I am just so grateful for all of the support and all of the beautiful comments that people have also been leaving on those videos. It really, like, I can't even express how good seeing all of those comments makes me feel. Like, I really do feel like there's like already like a little community forming down there where people are just sharing their authentic experiences of them also quitting their 9-to-5 or how they want to quit their 9-to-5 and just kind of like the journeys they've been on. And it's been very also inspiring and motivating for me to hear about people who are in similar situations to me, or people who are older than me who have been through similar things and are able to look back and say they don't regret their decisions. Like, all of those comments have brought a lot of warmth to my heart, and so I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. If you're one of those people who left those comments, or if you even just watched the videos, liked the videos, whatever it may be, I really, really do appreciate you. And I guess, yeah, something I wanted to talk about in this video is just that doing this and finally putting content out there more consistently and being more serious with it. What I'm about to say is very simple, but for some reason it really like just hits home. When you start putting your energy into something, it grows. And like, that is obviously just how things work. I mean, like plants, you know, you put water, you put sunlight towards plants, they grow. Like, that's just how things work. But for some reason, I feel like it's very easy to just not believe that that's how things will work for you. Like, I think people very easily get themselves into places of doubt. Like, they'll see other people try at things and succeed at things, but then they'll think to themselves like, okay, but that's them doing it. That doesn't mean I can do it. And so then you proceed to doubt yourself and push things off for months and months and years and never even try because you're just scared of failing. And that has definitely been me for like the past 5 years, hence why I've been so on and off with my YouTube channel and my art business and anything that I care about pretty much. So I do understand where all of that comes from, and I have been there. But it is crazy and really almost like magical to see that, like, when you just actually start giving yourself a little bit more grace and start trying to encourage yourself instead of doubting yourself and put your energy towards something that you care about, it starts growing. Again, it's a very simple thing, but it's just too easy to get sucked into the negative spirals in our brain, you know? And so I think that's why it's so like eye-opening when you, I guess, exit those negative spirals and then you realize that having positive mindsets and speaking nicely to yourself also does wonders. It's just kind of like a wild realization. So just like imagine, like, you don't even need to take it seriously, just for fun. Put yourself in this mindset that, like, if you try at the thing you want to try at, that you could potentially be very successful at it. What would life be like if I believed in myself, if I tried at this thing that I care about and believed that it were actually possible for me? I think that's the biggest barrier, is it's not that people don't want to try at these things. It's not even necessarily a fear of failure. It's just, I think a lot of people don't even believe it's possible in the first place. So I feel like that's a really important place to start, is just kind of shifting that mindset within yourself. Like, why do we so easily believe it when people tell us things that we want to do aren't possible, you know? So anyways, I need to get off of this tangent. Very random, but I've been discovering some new music lately, and I just would like to recommend it to people if you haven't already listened to these artists, because I think they're amazing. Matt Maltese, I'm sure quite a few people listening have heard at least one of his songs, because he has one, As the World Caves In. That song I think is pretty popular. But yeah, I've known like 2 or 3 of his songs for years, and I always thought to myself, like, wow, I probably would like his other music, but then I just proceeded to not listen to it for years. And I recently decided to just put his discography on shuffle, and dude, he's good. Like, I honestly feel like he's the modern day Michael Bublé. Matt, if you're watching this, I mean it. You're definitely not watching this, but in some twisted universe, if you are watching this, you have an amazing voice and you're doing amazing things, and your music is very moving, and I've cried to multiple of your songs. If you like emotional, sad music like that, that's like kind of jazzy, can be kind of very dramatic sometimes also, this is very much for you. So he's been one of my new recent favorite artists, as well as Orion's Son. Oh my god, like I've always loved like her kind of genre, like very, very chill R&B, and kind of like, I guess, a little experimental. Like, you know, there's just like background sounds and like people talking in the background sometimes, like very casual. Like, you get the feeling that she just really has fun with her music. Like, she just sits in the studio, hangs out with her friends, and like vibes and just does whatever feels right. Like, there's no particular formula to it, but it works so well. Her type of music lately is the type of music I can listen to no matter what my mood is. So also, if you like just like chill music, R&B, you would probably like her. As I let the cookies bake, I was just sipping my little tea. I also just decided to do some dishes while I was waiting for the cookies to bake. I think this was mainly something that I did because I also knew I was filming, and I didn't and I felt like, I don't know, when I film sometimes maybe I feel like people are like watching me, so it encourages me a little bit more to do things like this and be productive, where I normally maybe would have just watched a YouTube video and put off the cleaning thing. But because you guys were watching me and judging me, I decided I better do the dishes. Anyways, I got the cookies out on time and they looked scrumptious. I did burn them, but this was my first time making them, so honestly I might make them again today and just bake it for a little bit less time and not burn them. But honestly, even with the burntness on the bottom, you barely tasted it and it was still pretty delicious. So yeah, a few carcinogens, but probably should avoid that where I can. Anyways, here's me trying to pose for a thumbnail. And I was also watching a Drew Monson video while I was baking. Honestly, I feel like that's also how you know I'm going through something, is when I start watching like mainly Drew Monson videos. He's just very much himself and he's very relatable. So when I feel like I just need that human relatability, I watch his videos. So I was clearly going through it. I think at this time it was like 11 something or like almost midnight. I don't know, but like my dad had gone to sleep and then I was just like alone in the kitchen eating these cookies. It was nice though. It was a good time. Just me and Drew Monson and my peanut butter cookies. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you made the cookies, I hope you enjoyed the cookies. You're welcome, because I already know that they're delicious. And if you didn't make the cookies, you are missing out, but I hope you still enjoyed the video nonetheless. And for anybody who's allergic to peanuts, I will be making peanut-free things in the future also, because I do feel bad for anybody who can't eat these. I appreciate very much if you stuck around to the end of the video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
In 60 seconds today will be gone. Just another mark on a calendar.